Okay, I'll just try. Are you getting this message? Recording in progress?
Yes, bro.
All right, okay. So I think it's time we can start. So Hare Krishna, all the devotees. I hope you had a wonderful, Saturday today. So what you did today? Today was the Karnataka Bandh also.
Full rest, sitting at home.
Sitting at home. Okay. Hare Krishna. Then Lakshmi Mataji, how was your day? Working or not working?
Prabhuji, I was not well. From yesterday, I'm not well, Prabhuji. So, yeah, I was taking rest.
Okay, sure. We will offer prayer for you, Mataji, so that your health picks up. Naveen Prabhu, how was your day? How is Ruchi Mataji doing?
Bro, Ruchi got a headache, but during the day, bro, I had a lot of work related to other stuffs. Like I had to shift my electricity bill on my name, right? So for that I went, but it went in vain because
आज तो क्लोज होगा ना?
हाँ ब्रो, बंद था और घर पे भी आज थोड़ा सा ये इंटीरियर वर्कर का जो काम बाकी है ना, वो लोग करने आए हुए थे, तो उसमें भी टाइम वेस्ट किया उन्होंने.
Okay, okay, ठीक है. Shreya Prabhu, how was your day? In case you are speaking, Prabhu, you are on mute. Shreya Prabhu, you are on mute. No, I'm not able to hear. Okay, looks like some audio issue, Prabhu. No problem. So we will proceed. I hope you are able to hear at least, Prabhu. I think you are able to hear us. Okay, I'm not able to hear you. It looks like some audio issue. Not a problem, Prabhu. Okay, so let us proceed. Today's shloka is Bhagavad Gita 9.27. Okay. Did anybody get a chance to go through the shloka? Yes, no, maybe.
No, Prabhuji. So sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay. कैसे आप लोग स्टूडेंट है, पढ़ के नहीं आए क्लास में? Okay. So
Punishment
no
दीजिए
problem.
प्रभुजी.
हाँ?
Punishment दीजिए.
ठीक है. आप कल आइए टेम्पल में, ट्रीट लेता हूँ आपसे. All right. So let us start off Bhagavad Gita 9.27. Can somebody tell me which shloka we discussed in the last week?
10.15, I guess.
You are close.
10.10.
10.10. Yes, 10.10. Bhajatam Priti Purvakam was the shloka we were discussing last week. And today we are continuing. Today we are discussing 9.27, which is one of the important 108 shlokas. Okay. One more quiz. Can somebody tell me which shloka comes prior to this? It's a very famous shloka. 9.26 Bhagavad Gita. Without Google Baba's help. 9.26. Okay, let me give the answer. Bhagavad Gita 9.26 talks about Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Yes, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktaya Prayachati. So here Krishna is, telling us what he wants from us. Correct? It's a very nice thing to understand, because last class we were discussing Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Whatever we are doing, we should do with pure love. Our service should be with pure love. Then it will give complete benefit, because Krishna will will reciprocate with us. Otherwise, Krishna will not reciprocate. Krishna doesn't have to do. So, he's not waiting for our offerings, but he is telling us what he wants. And that is why these shlokas are very important, because we get to know what Krishna wants. So last shloka, last week's Krishna was saying, Bhagavad Gita 10.10, he says, Bhajadam Priti Pirvakam, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Then he said, if you worship with love, then I am going to give Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. He said, I will give you that knowledge through which you can understand me. Right? And now you see in this shloka 9.27, very nice. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavad Gita 9.27 Yat karoshi yadasnasi
Yat karoti yadasnasi.
Roti
Yat karosi
Asnasi.
yat asnasi
Yat
Yat
karosi.
Karo Yat Asnasi.
Yajhosi dadasi yat
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 Josi
tadas.
Dasiya.
Yajhoshi dadasi yat
Yat hosi dadasin. Dadasi.
Yat tapasyashi kaunteya
Yat tapasyasi kaunteya.
Tat kurusva mad arpanam
Tat kurushya mad arpanam.
Tat kurusva mad arpanam.
Kurushya
Tat
mad.
Kurusva Pranam.
Translation: whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So Krishna is saying, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, right? Whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering for me. Lot of points in this shloka. Let us read the purport by Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Who wants to read? Mayu Prabhu, can you read the purport?
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together, and Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me. And this is called Archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, rounds round in his beds, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you.
So nice points Prabhupada is mentioning here that, he's talking about what is the duty. So I will tell you two stories in this regard, in this shloka. Both the stories suggest us how we can understand that, what exactly 9.27 is. So first story is about Krishna and Sudama. I'm sure you know who is Krishna and who is Sudama. So Krishna and Sudama were very wonderful friends from their childhood, and their friendship started because they were studying together in the ashram of Shandipani Muni. And when in the previous days, whenever children used to go to the ashram, there was no, differentiation. There was no biasness whether the child is from the king's place or whether the child is from the poor brahmana's house. They were given equal treatment. And Krishna and Sudama, they were studying together, and they spent a lot of time together, a lot of teachings together. So Sudama was also a wonderful devotee, and we understand that Krishna became a king. He became Dwarikadhish, and Sudama became very poor. But Sudama never compromised on his, principles. He was stringently, very, very clearly following his principles. And once what happens, Sudama's friend, one more friend, he was also a priest. So he comes to meet Sudama and he says, Sudama, you are living in a poor poverty. You have children and they are crying out of hunger. Why don't you do something for them? So Sudama had a principle that he will go begging for a few houses only, and whatever he gets, he is going to manage with that. He's not going to do more, and rather he will utilize his time for Krishna consciousness. That was the principle of Sudama. So Sudama's friend, he will, let's say, see, I have become very rich. And so Sudama will ask, how did you become so rich? So Sudama's friend will say that I am singing the glories of one of the king, who is the local king. I'm singing the glories. I'm writing for him. I'm using my Vidya as a glorification of that king. And that king, he becomes happy and he rewards me so many things. And see, it is helping me a lot. Why don't you also do it? So one day he takes Sudama to this king's palace, and this king is enjoying with girls. He's drinking, he's eating non-vegetarian, he is in full materialism. And this person, he's singing the glories of, this king. So Sudama also, he says, my friend Sudama is there. He is also very nice poet. He will sing your glories. So you know what Sudama sings? Sudama will sing the preachings. He cannot break his principles. It is so much inside Sudama that he can't break his principles. So Sudama will sing, and he will tell to the king that today you are the king. Yesterday there was somebody who was the king, and tomorrow there will be someone else who is the king. So this crown of, this crown of king has never stayed on one person's head. So don't become very proud. You are nothing. When the death will come, you will have to give up everything. So can somebody guess what will be the reaction of the king after hearing all this?
You'll become angry.
The king becomes super angry and he says, you stupid fellow, your friend said you are going to sing my glories and you're giving me these teachings. I should not do this. I shouldn't do this. He tells all his servants, he says, throw this person out of my palace, and they will push Sudama out of the palace and Sudama will fall down. But again, Sudama will not breach his principles. So out of lot of requests from Sudama's wife, Sudama's wife will say, see, your friend, he is such powerful king. He is Dwarikadhish. Why don't you go to him? I'm not saying that you go and ask him something, but you just go and meet him, right? What is the harm? So Sudama says, see, I'm very poor, and if I go to him, all his, kingdom people, they will laugh at him, that what kind of poor person. And Sudama was like, extreme poor. He didn't have good clothes. His clothes were torn. He didn't had a slipper to wear in his, feet, and his skin was dried up. He was in extreme poverty. His children were not able to eat food properly. He was in such poverty stage. But he was never breaching his principles. So his wife will request, and then he will try to, he'll start marching towards Dwarika. But when he's going, he said, I can't go empty-handed, right? That's the culture. That's the basic thing. When you go to meet somebody, you shouldn't go empty-handed, right? So Sudama's wife will say, I have nothing, but I've got this puffed rice, and I will give this to you. And it's very less, some 3 or 4, not even morsel of food kind. So she will give this to Sudama, and Sudama will start walking. And but Sudama is very much hesitant. He's embarrassed that, such a powerful king, I'll open like this and I'll give it to him. What he will think. So that was the condition of Sudama. But Sudama said, okay, I will go. And he was going. And after some time, after a couple of days, he reaches Krishna's palace. And it is said from the time Sudama started marching towards Krishna, Krishna was actually waiting that when he's going to come to me. Krishna was desperately waiting that, Sudama, I love you like anything. Why don't you come to me? I want to help you out. The day Sudama decides, from the day Sudama's, condition, all his astrological calculation, everything started changing, because he is marching towards whom? He started walking towards Krishna. So it is said, anybody who starts on the path of Krishna consciousness, immediately their situation changes. They become transcendental to all these karmic reactions and everything. And this happened to Sudama. Very great example is Sudama. So Sudama reaches, and we know that what happens. Krishna, brings him. He runs for him and brings him to his palace. Not only that, he makes him sit on his crown, on his, what do you call it? What do you call it, Prabhu? On his throne. On his throne. He makes him sit. Simhasana, he makes him sit. Can you imagine somebody like a king? He can welcome a poor person. Max to max, they'll say, okay, come, there is a guest house for you. You can stay there. But see, Krishna is amazing. Krishna is beyond boundaries, and that is why Krishna, people who are following Krishna, people who are in love with Krishna, they know Krishna can go any limits. Krishna has got no limits. And Krishna brings this poor friend of his, makes him sit on his simhasan, on his throne. And then not only that, he starts washing his feet. And how he's washing his feet? Krishna is actually, his tears are coming, and then with the tears, he's washing Sudama's feet. Because Krishna was sincerely waiting for Sudama, and he became disheartened to see Sudama's condition like this, and he was washing his feet. And after washing his feet, they will do some abhishekam for Sudama, milk abhishekam and thing like that. And Sudama was, he was not getting milk to drink, but here they are making him bath. They were doing abhishekam of Sudama. And all these queens of, Krishna's queens. Who were the queens of Krishna? 3 queens. Can somebody name? Can somebody name?
Satyabhama,
Satyabhama, Rukmini, and?
Lakshmi Devi.
No. Satyabhama, Rukmini, and daughter of Jambanti. Okay?
Jambanti.
So all these 3 queens, they are surprised. I mean, who is this person? And Krishna is like so dear to this person that, Krishna is making him sit on his simhasana. Krishna is washing his feet. Krishna is giving him abhishekam. Krishna forgot about us completely. And then what happens? Sudama is sitting in a palace, nicely in a palace, and talking to Krishna. And that time Sudama remembers, I have got a gift for Krishna, right? That small gift which his wife had given, the 3 morsels of some puffed rice. And Krishna, Sudama is embarrassed. He says, I cannot, give this to Krishna now, see his opulences. And what he does, he takes that, that small piece of cloth in which puffed rice was there, he takes and he puts it in his, below his, pillow or something, and he tries to hide. And Krishna understands. He says, you are hiding something very important. You have not given up this habit of hiding things from me. In the childhood times, you were not giving me those chana which our Guru Mata gave to me, and now you are hiding those something from me. I want it. So Krishna's wife will say, no, leave him. Why are you troubling him? He doesn't want to. Maybe he is getting embarrassed. Leave him. So he says, Krishna will reply, no, you don't know this person. I know him from childhood. He has this habit of stealing things and hiding from me. He is a thief. I want to check him out. And this person, Sudama, is trying to hide, and Krishna is trying to pull. Sudama is trying to hide, Krishna is trying to pull. And then Krishna wins, and he brings out that, 3 morsels of rice, puffed rice. And he says, see, I knew such a wonderful thing he has got for me, and he is such a thief, he doesn't want to give it to me. And Sudama is embarrassed. And then Krishna says, I want to take this because you have got this with a lot of love. And this is the most precious thing for me. Correct? Krishna says, if you give something to Krishna with love, Krishna accepts. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktaya prahachati. Tad aham bhakti upahritam asnani prayatatmana. Krishna says, if you give with love, I shall accept. And here Krishna says, yad karosi yad dashnasi, yad karosi yad dashnasi, yad juhosi dadasi, yad tapasyashi kaunteya, tat purushasva mat arpanam. And then Krishna takes those 3 morsels of rice, and you know what he does? Every single, one time handful of puffed rice he takes and he eats, he gives all the lower planetary systems to Sudama. And then he takes another one and he gives all the upper planetary system to Sudama. And when he's going to eat the 3rd one, he wanted to give his own Goloka to Sudama. Then his wives, they will stop him. They say, even we want to take the prasadam. Krishna, you want to take everything. And if you give this 3rd one, then you are going to be, where are you going to live? You are going to give this to Goloka, also to Sudama. Just imagine, Sudama was not having, 2 times meal, but here Krishna is giving him, one handful of puffed rice. Krishna is giving him full lower planetary system, upper planetary systems. His own Goloka is ready to give. So Krishna responds. He says, that is the thing I want. I want to become equal with my friend. He has given me everything which he had. Remember, those three handful of rice, puffed rice, was the property of Sudama. He had nothing, no grains, nothing. So Krishna says, because he is giving me everything which he had, I'm going to give everything which I have, right? So what is wrong in that? See Krishna, that is Krishna. When he gives like anything that we cannot say no. We cannot imagine. It is beyond our imagination and calculation. And Sudama's condition. He is like crying, he's weeping, he can't control his tears. He doesn't know that Krishna, he was just expecting some help from him, right? But he was not saying. And see, Krishna has already given him so much, but he doesn't realize. So the point here is, which I'm trying to make, Sudama had nothing. Whatever he had, with love he offered to Krishna, and Krishna reciprocated in such a manner which is beyond our imagination. Okay, so this is one story where Krishna, where with this person Sudama had nothing. I will tell you one more story, and that story is about a person who had things in abundance. We have to think where we are, whether we are in Sudama's position or whether we are in this particular Arjuna's position. I'm going to tell another story. So Arjuna was a farmer, not our Arjuna. This is a different Arjuna. He was a farmer, and he was doing cultivation. So he had this habit of offering whatever happens in his field, he will give the first offering to Krishna. That was his love. That was his rule, which he never breached. So what happens once in this Arjuna's field, there were abundance of crop, too much of crop. So what he did, he understood that whatever I required, I have got, but I've got abundance. So let me organize a feast for Brahmanas, for Vaishnavas, and he gave a wonderful feast to the Vaishnavas. He invited a lot of Vaishnavas, just like Raghunath Das Goswami did in the Panihati festival. He invited all the Brahmanas and he fed them like anything. And with that he grabbed the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the point is that whatever we have, so Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities also you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So whatever we are having, whatever we are doing, whatever we are giving, whatever tapasya we are doing, we have to do as an offering to Krishna. Just like Sudama, he offered everything what he had to Krishna. Just like this person, Arjuna, who was a farmer, he offered everything which he had for Krishna. And the result is that they got that love of Krishna and that abundance from Krishna. So our target is not that, we also want to give to Krishna because we also want to take. See, Krishna has already given us everything, right? Can somebody tell me what Krishna has given us?
So air, water.
Air, water, fire,
Yes,
everything,
but
whatever we
somebody can say
need.
this Krishna has given to the animals also.
Human body.
Krishna has given us human body, yes. Krishna has given us birth in this planet Earth. Krishna has given us birth in this India. Krishna has given us this Krishna consciousness, right?
Correct.
Krishna has given us the association of the Vaishnavas. Krishna has already made our place as Vaikuntha. When we are talking about Krishna, when we are chanting the name of Krishna, when we are eating the prasadam which is offered to Krishna, when we are going to the temple, meeting devotees and having darshan of Krishna, when we are, taking care of the mother cow who is very much dear to Krishna, when we are doing the Vaishnava service in the temple, right? Serving the Vaishnavas who are dear to Krishna, Go Brahmana Hitaicha, then Krishna has given us everything. Krishna has made this place already a Vaikuntha. Like when Sudama started walking towards Krishna, his entire nakshatras were changed. Similarly, when we have started practicing Krishna consciousness, it is already done. Our ticket is confirmed to Goloka. It is just a matter of time which we have to spend here and then go back. Krishna cannot leave us. Krishna says, you take one step towards me, I am going to take 100 steps towards you. Can somebody tell me, is there anyone who says this? Can you have such kind of faith in anybody's who says that, okay, I'll take care of you? We can never have. But see, Krishna does that. We have to remember Avashya Rakshabhi Krishna. Krishna is there, then no fear. And that is why it is said, Krishna ke das always bindas and Maya ke das always udas. So we have to understand this point and then quickly covering up some points from the purport. If the meeting stops in between, I request you to join back. I think we have only 4 minutes. So I will read about the purport. In purport, Prabhupada is saying, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstances. Can somebody tell me how are we going to mold our life? Because Prabhupada is saying it is our duty, right? ये हमारा कर्तव्य है कि हम अपना जीवन इस तरह से मोल्ड कर लें जो कि भक्ति के लिए फेवरेबल हो. तो हम कैसे करेंगे मोल्ड?
प्रभु हर कार्य में, in every work we do, we have to remember Krishna. We have to offer it to Krishna.
Yes.
While we eat something, we want to eat something, think that I am cooking this for Krishna and then have it.
Correct.
And while we are going to office, we have to think, I am going to office so that I can manage my family so that they can serve Krishna.
Yes.
And I can do some contribution and serve devotees and everyone.
Correct. And we have to make important decisions of our life. The most important decision, getting married. So get married to a devotee. So your 50% situation problem is solved because most of the things will same, chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, eating Krishna Prasadam, following Ekadashi. At least this will be sorted, right? Of course, there will be some difficulties here and there, but yes, the main thing will be resolved. So if you're married to somebody who's not a devotee, so bring them in Krishna consciousness with your love, with your care, with your, with your own examples. Sometimes we try to preach other person, oh, he's not a devotee or she's not a devotee. But remember, Krishna has given that person to you. So it is your duty how you bring that person up into Krishna consciousness, right? So whatever it is, we have to, that is our important decision. Second thing is welcoming a child. So when we welcome a child, we must follow Garbhadan Samskara. When we chant nicely the name of Krishna, when we follow the principles, not have sexual relationship in the daytime or in the evening time, but only in the night. And with that consciousness that, this child which I'm welcoming, it should become a devotee, it should be a devotee. Then Krishna will send a nice pious jiva in the mother's womb, and then you will have another Vaishnava in your family, right? So marriage, child, job. Don't take a job which is involved in ugra karma, some non-veg, some slaughtering of meat or something like that, or some gamble, some stealing. We have to take a job which is favorable for Krishna consciousness. I understand corporate life is difficult, but it is possible that, we can do our 16 rounds and follow 4 regulating principles. It is not that difficult. And it gives us that energy that, we are going to office, like Mayur Prabhu said, it is only for the service of the Lord. So that makes us happy. In the free time, sometimes when we get free time, we can chant. We can pretend to be somebody who is not a devotee, but we can be a devotee inside in the office so that people don't bully us. So every step, make friends. What kind of friends we are making, where we are going with our friends. Is it going to compromise my Krishna consciousness? And trust me, the biggest compromise is eating something which is not prasadam. Sometimes when it is impossible, then I don't know what we can't do much. But if it is possible, carry the tiffin box from your house, and don't take anything which is outside, and just don't grab, because you are going to take that energy in you, and then that's a different topic. I will not involve that now. But the point of what I'm trying to make is, it is going to take away our Krishna consciousness if you don't take prasadam. It will bring some passion in us, and with the passion, the lust will increase. And with the lust, if it gets fulfilled, it will increase all the more. But if it is not fulfilled, then it will turn into krodha. And once krodha comes, then shloka applies. Krodha bhavati sammoha, sammoha tesmati brahma, smriti brahmashad buddhi nasho, buddhi nashat pranashati. Everything is connected. Okay. So I think let's join back, because we have only some 30-40 seconds left. And once we join back, I will finish in next 20 minutes. So let's join back again.